What's up, YouTube? How are you? What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? This is Maurice, and this is Danica, and you just entered the Mobley Culture.
Welcome to the culture, y'all.
Well, today we will be doing a financial video, one of the series that we talked about in the last financial money and marriage. And today it is money and marriage and
7 tips for a healthy relationship.
7 tips for a healthy relationship.
Financial relationship.
Financial relationship.
Within your marriage, yes.
It could be within your marriage or a couple looking to get married.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you got couples that, are wanting to get married but don't really know what they should do as far as financially.
Yeah.
Because it's coming together to make one is difficult enough. But when you bring money into the mix,
it gets a little touchy, doesn't it? So, what was our experience when we came together? I don't remember it being contentious or
it wasn't contentious.
Hard or difficult.
We didn't have no money, but it wasn't contentious.
Who didn't have no money?
I didn't. That's another thing. Don't come to the marriage, That should be one of the tips.
Right. Don't come to the marriage broke. Okay, so we're going to talk about these 7 tips. So the first tip is keep a joint bank account. Now, this is a really touchy subject for a lot of married couples. Because a lot of married couples do not have joint bank accounts. They don't believe in joining their funds. They'd rather keep them separate.
What's mine is mine and what's yours is yours.
But in a marriage, that doesn't work because you're one, right?
Right. So, I never really understood how do you, have separate joint accounts, but you're doing everything. Separate accounts. I'm sorry, separate accounts, but you're doing everything jointly. You know what I'm saying? You're paying bills.
You live in the same house.
You're using the same bills. You're paying the same bills. Everything. You understand what I mean?
I don't know, and this is just a guess because I've never, me and you, we have a joint account. We both put money in that account to pay the bills, but we also have our own separate accounts.
Of course.
For our own personal, expenses and things that we want to do for our own selves personally. But we do have a joint savings account, a joint checking account. But there are couples who they're completely separate. I guess maybe in some households they split up the bills, or they designate you pay this bill, I pay that bill. I don't know. I don't know how it works because I haven't talked to anyone.
I've talked to people before like that, and the problem that seems to arise in conversation with me is, what happens if the person can't pay their part of the bill?
Right.
So that becomes an issue. Because if you got somebody that's making more money than the other person, and or vice versa, or whatever the case may be, the same amount of money. But if a person is not meeting the needs as far as paying the bills, that's going to become an issue.
That's another issue as well.
Yeah,
it's because me and you talked in our first money and marriage video about spender versus saver. So just imagine, Maurice, if our setup was like that.
Right.
Where we had completely separate accounts, and that's it. And we come to an agreement, okay, Maurice is going to pay the mortgage, Maurice is going to pay this, Maurice is going to pay that, and Danica's going to pay take care of the groceries and pay the light bill and gas, or whatever the case may be. And you're a spender by nature.
Right.
So something go down, you don't have the money to pay the mortgage. That's a huge issue.
It is.
Or maybe it's the car note.
But I think a lot of men, pride gets in the way because they don't want to feel like somebody else is controlling their money that they're earning and making. So I think that's a lot of the men, majority of men thinking. But with me, I don't have a problem with having my check deposited into account. You doing what you need to do as far as taking care of the bills. You know what I'm saying? That alleviates stress from me. You know what I'm saying? And for you, because the check is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get my check and go cash it and bring you $200. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I need $1,700 or whatever. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, so any MCs out there, if you are a married couple and y'all have completely separate accounts, tell us how that works.
Yeah, if it works for you.
If it works, and hey, what works for y'all works for you.
Right. And
you have to do what works for you.
Right, of course.
Me and Maurice, we've been married going on 20 years, and we've always had joint accounts. I don't remember us having any long discussions about it. It's just.
It was a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, it just, organically, evolved into that. We've always had joint accounts. But like I said, we still have our own separate accounts as well.
Yeah.
So he can do what he want to do with his money. I can do what I want to do with my money. But the most important thing is that the household is taken care of. That's the first priority.
Yeah, first priority.
And it's also important to establish, which we'll probably get to in one of these other tips, establish who's better at managing the finances.
Of course, yeah.
I've heard, some people say, well, I make more, so I should manage it. Well, that's no logic to me. Having the ability to manage finances responsibly has nothing to do with how much money you make.
Right.
It's about just what I just said, being responsible. Who's more responsible? Who maybe has more interest in it? Who is just better at it? That's who should manage it. But that don't mean that person is in control over everything.
Right.
It just means just that. Like, for instance, I'm the financial manager in our household.
Mm-hmm.
Because my husband's forgetful. So if it was up to him to make sure the bills was paid, the lights would be cut off. Not because we didn't have the money, but because he would forget to pay the bill, right? Did I just throw you under the bus?
Huh?
Did I just throw you under the bus?
It's all good.
But it's true.
It's truth. Yeah.
And but my point is, because you're forgetful, you probably aren't the best person to make sure the bills are paid.
Right, of course.
Just just using common sense. And furthermore, you don't have an interest in managing every penny. That's just not something you have a genuine interest in.
And more of the reason why is because of the trust. If I didn't trust you, I probably would be counting every penny. I would be looking to see, this bill got paid or what we got left, or she, you know what I'm saying?
But you trust that I ain't embezzling funds and funneling extra funds in a secret account, offshore account for myself.
I believe it eventually come to light. You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
So after 20 years, I guess I've been doing all right.
Yeah, you've been doing good. When you got put out,
no, nothing.
Ain't lost nothing. So no.
Okay, number 2, discuss your lifestyle choices together.
Like, what do you like to do? How do you like to spend your money?
Kind of like what we talked about in the previous video again. Are you a spender or a saver?
Yeah.
Do you like to take extravagant trips? Do you like to buy extravagant gifts? Or do you like to hoard money? Or whatever the case may be.
I'm sorry. It's kind of like when you get to know somebody. Like nowadays, they say you should learn a person's background and history and all that. And you should learn their financial history too.
That's true.
Whether they got bad credit or good credit. Whether they done lost a home, lost a car to repo. You know what I'm saying? If they, it's all kind of situations and scenarios that you won't even think about, getting married. So you got to kind of cover everything.
Yes. Or whether or not the person has $100,000 in student loan debt. That's a big one.
Exactly. Right.
Ooh, yeah, that is very true. That's very key. Before you even enter marriage, you should go dive deeply into each other's financial background and know what's going on in each other's finances,
right?
Because it makes a difference, and it can affect your everyday life.
3. Moving right along.
Recognize personality differences.
Yeah. Which again goes back to the saving and spending.
Yes.
Impulse buying.
Yes.
Yeah, different things like that. So that's me. I'm an impulse buyer. If I see it, I want it, and I want to get it right then and there. I don't believe. I'm starting to believe in the save until you get it system.
Yeah.
Which is still hard for me because
you like instant gratification.
I like instant gratification.
And I don't mind delaying my gratification. Right. I don't mind waiting and saving.
Like we off subject, but when we talked about the other day, I talked about the how we can track our stuff on the phone when we get a package.
Yes.
You know, and that's me. Like I don't even like. I like buying online because it's easy, but I don't like waiting for it to come because I want instant gratification.
You want it right then.
I want it right then and there.
Yeah.
You know, so, but anyway.
You are like that, and because I guess that's that spontaneity in you.
Yeah.
You want stuff right now, and so it's more challenging for you to save and wait. It's more challenging for you to save because you don't want to have to wait.
Right.
And for me, I'm the opposite. I don't mind saving and waiting. It doesn't bother me.
Cool.
So just understanding those differences and not criticizing one or the other.
Right.
But just understanding them and seeing the value in each, because there's value in each. It really is.
Yeah, different opposites attract.
Yes.
And that's financially, spiritually, mentally. I believe
Everything.
that everything
Yeah.
attract.
Because me and Maurice are complete opposites.
Yeah. Even we are.
We are.
Except for even musically, we have some similarities, but then we have some opposites too.
But our personalities, our temperaments, all of that is completely opposite.
That's
We
true.
just have, but we're compatible still, and we have some similar interests.
Yeah.
But our personalities and everything
It's
is
definitely different.
He's the life of the party. I'm the wallflower. He's spontaneous. I have to plan.
I never met a stranger and she see him
And
every
I
day.
see a stranger every single day. See? And here we are, 20 years later.
Right.
Wow.
Yin to my yang.
Exactly. Okay. And number 4. This is a big one. Don't let salary differences come between you.
Okay. Yeah. Now, this is where the man's pride come in again.
Yeah.
Because a man don't want to be classified or known for making less money than his spouse. Which I don't understand the problem.
Right.
Because you should have took your butt to school to make more money. Don't be feeling some type of way because she makes more money than you. You know
Maybe
what I'm saying?
he did go to school.
Well,
she still make more.
Maybe chose. Well, I'm sorry. Well, you gotta get a second job to make more money.
If it's that important.
If it's that important, you feel that inferior to your female counterpart because she makes more money, and you need to, like Outkast say, get up, get out, and do something to bring in some more cash. So you won't have to deal with that. But
it is an ego and pride thing because if we're all on the same team, we're married.
It don't matter.
So if I'm making 6-figure income, you are too, because we're all in this together.
Now,
but
if you just not working and she making more money, then yeah, I can understand why you feeling some type of way.
Right.
You know, but honestly, our whole marriage, when we both was working, only time I made more money than you when you probably wasn't working. Probably.
Yes.
I probably did real well when I worked for Jerry Pate.
Yes.
When we had the bonuses and stuff like that. I was doing very well then. But other than that, for the most part, I pulled 3 jobs one summer and you still made more money than me. So it's not an issue to me, and I don't think me and you should make it an issue.
I think if everyone just understands who they are and the value that they bring, and when I say value, I don't mean money, but understand who you are, the value that you bring to the relationship. Then whoever makes more money, it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference
because you're both in it together, taking care of the household.
Listen, if you was making, I don't know, what's a figure you would like to make?
Me? Ooh.
Yearly.
Anything in the 6 figures.
If you was making anything in the 6 figures, I would stay at home and be the household. I mean, I wouldn't have no. I'm just saying. I'm just not saying that I'm copping out of working because I love providing for my family. But I'm just saying it should not mess with your ego that your wife is making more money than you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a lazy son of a gun and you're not working on that's just But hey. To each his own.
Right, and it's just a lot of men. They're not there. They're like, no. Even if my wife did make 6 figures, I'm not sitting at home.
Yeah,
I'm a wild one.
I would.
It's just.
I would do. She making 6 figures. I'm starting a landscaping company. I'm starting a couple businesses. We gonna make more money. But it's just a what if. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if.
So. Don't let salary differences come between you and your marriage. It's okay if the woman makes more. It doesn't mean the man is in demand or he's not worthy or anything like that. I think in our society we put way too much importance and value on money and what a person makes. We put way too much in significance on that, and it's really it's kind of destroyed or distorted a lot of relationships and potential relationships, because there's some women out there who won't date a man if they're not making a certain amount of money, as if that's the only quality that makes a good man is how much money he makes. I think we've become so shallow-minded in our society in what we think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we really have to reevaluate that.
And I don't know about other cities, but in Atlanta, you have women here that are making money.
Oh, yes.
That can sustain
All
themselves.
Yes.
So I've heard mentally they feel like they don't need a man for that reason.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I got my own bread. So I guess, if that's an issue, then you're going to have to bring something to the table then, because, I mean, hey, black women are getting it.
Yes, they are.
It.
Absolutely. We
So,
are, I should say, because I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
Well, and that's because black women are very educated nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I think black women probably are more educated than other nationalities. So we are getting it.
Yeah.
We are progressing, and we're filling all these CEO seats and all these executive positions. So, hey, do you happen to be married to a woman that's getting it like that? Congratulations, big ups to you.
Right.
Okay, keep purchases out in the open. No secret bank accounts, no secret stashes, no secret purchases.
Okay. I agree somewhat.
Like if me and you establish, okay, Maurice, if we're gonna make a purchase of over $200, then we need to talk
about it.
Anything under $200, it's okay.
Okay. Now the problem I have with number 5 is
What?
not the secret bank accounts, but secret stash. I don't see anything wrong with me or you having a secret stash. That's just no different than having your own separate account.
So you wouldn't have a problem if you found out I had a secret stash of money?
No.
For real?
Why would I have a problem with it?
I don't know.
I mean, what are you doing with it?
Stashing it away.
I mean, for what?
Just to have.
The same thing if you had a joint account. If
I had
a
it in a
separate
bank
account.
yeah.
I would, you know what I'm saying? So that's not an issue to me. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Now, if you taking your secret stash and you doing some stuff you ain't got to be doing with your secret stash, then that could be an issue. But I don't think a secret stash is because if I wanted to go buy me something, you know what I'm saying? With my secret stash,
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Do you have a secret stash?
I wish. Wish I had some extra. Please. Everything's in my wallet and my check card. I do have some money though, some cash.
Ooh.
Not a lot. Just a little bit.
I have a secret stash.
I know you do.
How you know?
Cause I know you.
I do have.
I know you probably got a couple.
I don't have a couple. I have one secret stash.
I know you do.
Set expectations together. So again, that's kind of, before marriage, that should be done, of course. Set expectations, are we going to have joint accounts? We're going to have separate accounts? Are you going to pay all the bills?
Yeah,
all those expectations should really be discussed and talked about before marriage.
Yeah. And even once you get into marriage.
Yeah, you have to keep talking.
Keep talking about it. In 5 years, are we going to plan to buy a house?
Right.
Car situation. You start having kids. You got to start planning financially. So you got to keep having those conversations about expectations and what you're trying to do in life as a couple.
Right. Do I expect you to save up and take care of me so I can retire early? Or you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
All of those, like retirement. What's the expectations? Or when are we going to retire? Are you putting money away for retirement? All that stuff needs to be set out on the table so that there's no surprises and there's no one left wondering.
Right.
Last tip: don't let the kids run the show.
Don't let the kids run the show.
Don't let them run the show, because we got 3 kids. And if we gave in to every whim and everything they asked for and wanted, we wouldn't have nothing.
Yeah. Case in point.
Yes.
The other night you were sending your daughter some money, and I was saying to myself, for what? She ain't did nothing. She didn't do nothing to deserve it, but you know.
Cause sometimes you just want to bless your kids. It's like our kids are good kids.
Oh, they're good. They
really are.
Very good kids.
And you know, I just wanted to be a blessing. You know, that's all.
Playing. It's all good. I don't mind getting money.
All 3 of our kids could have their license, except for Kennedy. She's not 16 yet. So, say all 3 of them were expecting to get a car. You know, from when they turn 16. They're not running that. We can't let them run us like that because we will be broke. Because first of all, I'm not going into debt to buy a car, especially for no teenager. And I'm not going to just pay cash for a car just because you want one.
Right.
So you do have to set guidelines and don't allow your children to guilt trip you into buying them stuff and doing stuff for them. Because kids will do that if you let them. And you can't fall into the trap of, well, you know, the neighbors down the street bought their kids a new car for, you know, when they turn 16, so I got to do that too. Or the kids have that expectation because they see their friends doing it, or they want to have this big, huge birthday party because their classmate had a huge birthday party. Right. And maybe you don't have the finances to throw a big birthday party like that. You don't want to allow your children to guilt trip you, or even maybe your children aren't guilt tripping you. Don't take on guilt yourself because what you see other parents doing for their kids, and maybe you can't do it to that level. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you don't love them, of course.
Right.
You should never measure your love based on how much material things you give to a person. Because material things is just that. It's here today, gone tomorrow. So you don't want to allow your children to run your money show because they're not making the money. They're not going to work every day, earning that money. What we have to do is teach them how to be responsible and earn their own money.
Yeah, of course. Right.
That's it.
That was quick.
That was number 7.
I guess it was. Was it quick? She was doing a lot of talking.
I like money. This is my subject.
Yeah, I like money too. I don't have to talk about it.
You just like to spend it.
Money.
Oh my God, his man can spend some money.
Who don't like spending money?
Some people don't.
Oh. Well,
some people literally like it bothers them.
Kudos to you. It bothers me not to spend it. I'm just It was meant to be spent. That's what it's for.
You have to have a balance.
It's a balance, of course. You have to have a balance, but ultimately, you can't take it. You can leave it here for other people.
So for our next Money and Marriage video, we're gonna do another series, one more. Let's talk about planning for the future.
Okay.
Life insurance, retirement, those type things. Because, and I call that getting your house in order. I think that's something that, especially in African American households, we really need to focus on making sure we have our future secure. Because we don't want to work for the rest of our lives.
And then we don't want to pass early and leave a whole bunch of debt, and funeral expenses, and
doing
bills and stuff like that.
Doing fish fries to bury your loved ones or
GoFundMe accounts.
So look out for that next video on our Money and Marriage series. We're going to talk about getting your financial house in order, life insurance, and retirement. Are you prepared?
Get ready.
So if you haven't joined the Mobley Culture yet and become an MC, you can do that right now. Don't forget now, subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell so that every time we upload a new video, you are aware of it, okay? Don't forget, we need your likes, we need your comments. We want this channel to grow.
All right, Mobley Culture. Till we see you next time.
Deuces. Let me check my hair.
Let me check mine too.
See it? Let me fix my hair. What is that song?
Stop. Hold on. Nah, that ain't it.
Oh,
or you can do like Morris Day and say, Jerome, where's Mirror? Oreo. That's what they used to say. What? Oreo.
I don't know what they said.
Oreo.
I don't think it was Oreo.
Could be.
Oreo.
That don't even sound
It wasn't Oreo-EO.